Hey everybody, it's Almanax and welcome back to some more Match Arena. Today we're playing another Premier Draft Best 7-Year Final Fantasy. Without further ado, let's get into the Pack 1 Pick 1. We got a great card for the controlling decks. The Sorceress's Schemes is a way to get 2 removal spells off of 1 card in a long game. Cast this, pick up your Sephiroth's Intervention or Thunder Magic or whatever, then play that, and then flash it back and do it all over again. If you manage to draft 2 copies of it, they can pull each other out of exile as well. So if you're in a long top deck war, they are a guaranteed way to win the game over time. Really great spell. Sorceress' Schemes was deceptively good. It looked way too slow because we had played a lot of pretty aggressive draft formats recently, but it's actually quite fantastic. So I like starting with Sorceress' Schemes here. Jumbo Cactuar is cool and fun and everything, but can just get chump blocked unless you have a 2-card combo. It's generally not the greatest in draft. Triple Triad, another fun card for controlling decks in the super late game, but Sorceress' Schemes is just way more consistent. Gets you that immediate impact. If you have Thunder Magics in the deck, it gives you the mana back to immediately Thunder Magic something. Just the better card overall. Pick number 2. We've got a Heck Dice for black decks. Just play this, get some hand disruption and a 1/1 on the board at the same time. Or Firion for red-white equipment. That's really it. I think those are the best cards here. I mean, White Mage's Staff is solid in the aggressive white decks. Anima's okay in black as a value play. But Firion and Heck Dice are my favorite cards that stand out the most. Just take the Firion. I think Firion is the strongest card in the pack. Doesn't work super well in a Sorceress' Schemes deck, but if we are a red-white deck with enough good red burn spells, the Schemes can still put in a little bit of work. Pick number 3, White Auracite is the best card to go with Firion, as well as just the best card in the pack, period. A removal spell that's also a mana rock to get to like your 7-drop finishers if you have Crystal's Chosen in your deck. So White Auracite will just take the best card in the pack, and it does happen to be good with our second pick, not our first pick. Just because that's a good color pair. Pick 4. Now up. Kind of a miss. I mean, I can take the Warrior's Sword here, but I am taking a decent hidden power level not to take great card draw like Resentful Revelation out of black, or the Gaius can be a 2-for-1 in the right board state. Make your opponent sack a creature if you don't have a creature on board. Sorry, make your opponent sack a token creature if you don't have a token creature on board, or an enchantment creature if you don't have an enchantment creature on board. Those are 2 ways you can make it one-sided. If you have Heck Dice in your deck, you can also make the sack a non-token creature kind of one-sided. So like these are pretty great cards. Ignis is great too. We ditch everything to go on the Ignis path. I'm going to take a hidden power level because I think Warrior's Sword is genuinely like the best equipment to go with Firion. If you turn 3 Firion, turn 4 Warrior's Sword, that's just insane damage. 8 damage with haste with Firion's ability. Pretty wild. And there's a Giot here. The red-white equipment legend. Decently late. There's also still a bunch of black spells. Heck Dice is still here. Reno and Rude Golbez. We wanted to just read the draft pod and try to go for what's the most open. We might be heading towards like Sultai, Ramp, and Control here. But I want to play some equipment stuff. I've played a lot of splashy and control-y decks lately. Let's go the opposite end of the spectrum here. We did like a Grixis control deck, I think was the first one we played, and then we also did a Bant splashy deck, and then we did another Grixis control deck. See if we can't go the more aggressive route today. The best card here is now Ilmeg Pixie out of blue. I'm only 2 cards deep into white. I don't want to end up in blue-red spells again, but Pixie Schemes Warrior's Sword is a start to that. Town Greeter is also quite solid. I mean, these are so much better than Gallicat, I think. I'm going to go full force. Okay, now Weapons Vendor I think is the best card anyway. So we can go back towards maybe doing a Firion deck. Magitech Infantry pick 8. Can I take that over Battle Menu? Magitech Infantry is the kind of card you have to get multiple copies of it for it to be good. Battle Menu is always good. So do we just take the more consistent card, or do we take this early Because the earlier we take it, the more likely we are to get more copies and make this card great. It's one of the few like good one-drop creatures for like a Boros deck. I think you really do want critical mass of those. This could be real risky, but I'm taking Magitech Infantry there. Now we get a Fate of the Suncrist. Triple Triad, not the worst though for that Sorcerer's Schemes, super slow control-y deck. White Major Staff, pick 10. We're golden. Freya, pick 11. Alright. Not looking back. I get to do something different. Let's go. Probably not a Sorcerer's Schemes deck, so I'll cut that here. This is not a bad start at all to Boros equipment for the job select strategy. Slashlight, the best deck for that card. Can turn it into just efficient removal in the color pair. Suplex. Crystal's Chosen is not a terrible card at the top end of the curve, but it's the kind of card I really only want one copy of, unless I manage to get like 3 or 4 white Aura Sites, and then it does get a lot better. These are a good combo together, Aura Sight plus Crystal's Chosen. We didn't wheel the first one. I still think Suplex is a way safer pick. I think it's far less likely to get cut, and I could cut a Crystal's Chosen if I don't have enough Aura Sites or I end up getting like a second copy at any point. That is a tragedy of a pack for Boros. Only one card has been taken out, and there's just stone cold nothing. Some Light of Judgment or Phoenix down. To be fair, in terms of card quality, pick 2. The off-color cards aren't insane for pick 2s. Like, nobody's massively happy taking something here pick 2. They're like, oh, Reno is pretty good for this deck. Oh, Black Mage is pretty good for this deck. But there are, some duds in here. Phoenix down in the Reborn. Alright, well, let's just take whatever we can get. Grab a Light of Judgment. Another White Mage's Staff. Take that over Gion here, because the Legend rule is pretty risky on 2 mana creatures like that you just want to plop out if you have them in your hand. This could really get got there. Ultima's not, like, horrific, but definitely not, like, a rare. Treat this like a good common, basically. Just a 5 mana 4/4 flyer, mostly. I would rather take White Mage's Staff. It's just way more synergistic for the deck. Shopkeep actually has just never been that impressive, even in the correct archetype, but not a fan of the Girlfriend of Freet either. Ooh, that is absolutely beautiful. Katana is one of the best equipment in the set. Outside of rares. This is second place to only the Dragoon's Lance. That's the absolute best one. 1 and a white for the 2/1 flyer, and you can re-equip to give things flying. This one's great too. Trample and Haste that you can re-equip later. Really solid stuff. Grab another Fate. Prompto for a little hasty damage. It's cute. You're Not Alone is solid in aggressive strategies. It can be a 1 mana +4/+4, Dwarven Castle Guard Wield, or Rabanastra. Synergizes with Giat. I think I'd rather take the Dwarf here. The more aggressive your deck is, the more hindered you get by playing tapped sources of mana, and we're definitely not going to be splashing a 3rd color, so that's not necessary to have duels here. Mid stuff here. I think I have enough non-creature stuff. I'm not going to have room for Coral Sword. Probably won't be playing the Rapier either, but at least it is a creature. Another filler quote-unquote creature. Another triple triad. Somebody gets to be the double triple triad deck. Alright, Galacat, Thunder Magic, by far the best cards here. Galacat is super good when we've got 2 equipment on board. 7 artifacts. Still feels a tiny bit low for that. I get to cut a Light of Judgment or one of my 5-mana removal spells for the 1-drop removal. Yeah, I'll just take the Thunder Magic. Now I can take a Galacat. Vaughn is just not great. Basically always going to be the only creature of that type on your board. So a 3-mana 2/2, no haste, waits till next turn, then tries to get the attack and tries to steal stuff. Just too slow to actually get that trigger going almost ever. Yeah. Vaughn has not been impressive. The other Vaughn's good, the reprint of Captain Lannery that makes treasures and has haste. That one's solid. This one is just not good in draft. We'll take the cat. Get our one of crystals chosen for the top of the curve now, or because I only have one ore site for ramp and a relatively low curve other than that, we just take the Paladin's Arms. Good 3-drop equipment on curve, get more equipment for the cat, the Guillot, all that stuff. Yeah, I think I take Paladin's Arms here. Battle menu, now's our second opportunity to get that. Get the 2-mana 2/2 in the deck, or 2-mana destroy creature power 4 or greater. Flexible card, great card, and then Gilgamesh, pick 5. Boros equipment indeed was open, and now we have the perfect finisher. This pick immediately significantly improves the deck to where it looked pretty average, and now this looks like a very, very good Boros equipment build. This is almost the cookie cutter, like if you could give somebody a deck guideline of what you want to end up with playing Boros equipment in this format. Once we cut down our most mediocre cards, this would be pretty much the picture you would show them. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Getting that Gilgamesh passed around as we're the only Boros equipment player. I'm probably not playing 3 Paladin's Arms, but I also don't want to play multiple of the same 2-mana legends, so I don't want to take a second Prompto. Do I have to take the cat at that point? I don't think I'm playing the cat either. I'll just take another Paladin's Arms anyway. Rare draft for gems. I'll let somebody do Triple Triad if they want. A Realmer board is legitimately unplayable in draft. Triple Triad has corner cases. Kind of crazy we didn't see a single Magitech infantry after that first one. I don't think we're playing Crystal's Chosen. I already got a 6-drop finisher, and this deck does not want multiple spells that cost more than like 4. Probably not playing 3 Weapon Vendor either. Okay, so I think we want to be 17 creatures, 6 spells, 17 lands. I do have a 6-drop I want to hit, and I've got expensive equip abilities to move around. So I like 17 lands here. So 17 creatures, 6 spells, and 17 lands. So just drop the most expensive removal and play all the cheaper stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. It's fine by me. Then drop the 2 worst creatures. Red Mage's Rapier and Item Shop Keep. Sure. Boros equipment, the deck. 15 white cards, 9 red, go 9-8 split on it. Still need a good chunk of red. I got double red and some cheap red spells. Looks great to me. Let's call it a deck here, hop in the gameplay, and see if we can't aggro some people out today. Mono wide opening hand. We have Castle Guard and then Vendor on 4. Raw red source and it's great. Take the risk here. Not super happy with it though, but I just know when I'm gonna top deck lands. I never don't have it. Town Greeter, that does nothing to block my aggro. Let's go, Katana, let's go. Quick. They're Golgari, they're gonna play gigantic stuff and life gain removal spells soon. Do not want to deal with that. No, a 3/3 blocker. Such a chonker. I don't think I need +4/+4 here, but I guess in case they block the Trampler, it's better to play that. Dang, I got so excited for a second. I was like, ooh, they blocked the trample? So much damage. Big Toad. Big Rude, more like it. Getting in my way like that. Kill a 2, 2, a 2, 1, take 5. Let's go. Oh my god. Evil reawakened on a life gainer is probably game. 8/8 blocker. What are you gonna do? That is, I think the best way we can play that out. As aggro here. Wait, how do I have to click and then okay, I misclicked somewhere there. At least cornered by black mages is awful here. As is Heck dies. As is our top deck. Well, this is not the end of the world, because a lot of their cards were really insignificant here. The corner by black mages and the Heck dies. There's these two, and I have 2 1/1s left, but a bunch of equipment to grind it out with. Complex their bow soon. They're playing off the top. Be really happy to take this and then suplex a bow that they put on a blocker and get trample damage in. Beautiful. Gonna be real close. No, got them down to 3. We had them down to 5, and then they gained 3, and then we got them down to 3. Oh, the flood is so painful. They got a lot of lands too, but they also played a town greeter at some point. Oh my god, they hit the treachery. You got me. I still have lethal draws. Oh wait, no, I'm dead on board. No, I'm not. I jump here. And then if I draw the Galacat, I have lethal. I'm dead to them top decking another non-creature spell is what it is. That is not the Galacat. 4/4 trample. That would put them to 1, and I would gain 1, but it does not have vigilance. I'm still not dead on board, opponent. If you flood, I have an out. Actually, I have 2 outs. I have the cat, and I also have the double striker. And the Freya. I have 3 outs. 3 lethal top decks. I have 2 flyers and 1 double striker. And lands. Super close game there. I don't think we can really do much else there as the aggro player. I think we had to... We were supposed to play as aggressively as we did there early. The play of the game was having Evil Reawaken on T-Raxar there. And that just completely saved them. If it weren't for that, they would have died a very long time ago. But they got the 8/8 plus gain 3. We still got them down to 3 again. Still had them dead to any flying or double striking creature off the top. Could not find any of those 3 outs here. 0-1 heading into game 2. Here we are on the play. Another game, another mono-colored opener, this time praying to draw the plains. We hit the mountain immediately game 1, so we'll just hit the plains immediately this time, right? We're gonna turn 3 Warrior Sword, if nothing else. World map starts the game for our opponent for some fixing. Ooh, baby. Probably the best non-land draw on the deck. Best 3-mana playable equipment we can play there. Actually, all of our other 3-mana equipment are white spells, so... Yeah, that was the best non-land card in the deck to draw. Go Bez. There's the plains. Which is fantastic. Now we are game for anything we draw into. Basically anything but a mountain is a good draw now. Plains are good draws, and any spells are good draws. Cargo ship. I'll still have a blocker up even if I blow up Golbez this turn, since they can crew the ship. It's only got 3 toughness though, so I'd still be able to send in Katana and Sword after a slash. Prompto. Bad. I can't send him into the cargo ship though. Let's just slash first. See if they crew the ship, which probably. Because why not? Yeah. So Prompto doesn't get in anyway. I guess I don't have double whites. I still have to play Prompto over anything else. If I had the white, though, I'd go Staff. Shinra Reinforcements, another 3 toughness card. So the 3/3 and the 4/3 still jam in. White Mage's Staff equipped to Prompto could be the play. Freya gives us the mana to do that regardless of what we draw. Thunder Magic is the draw. That's probably better. The treasure off Prompto. Actually, because they can just crew the cargo ship, I'm not sure it is. Better than just equip attack here. Yeah, I think equip attack is the better line. When they could just crew and still have the same amount of damage blocked if I go for Thunder Magic. Got them down to 7 now. Our board's chunky enough to dodge the main board wipe rare. It's a Xenos, a 5-mana creature that gives everybody -2/-2. We win the game through that. Okay. I'm lethal on board. But I'm lethal through removal if I Thunder Magic. So let's go for it. Otherwise they can go block, removal spell, take 5 and survive. But now they die even if they have removal. If they have Sephiroth's intervention, the removal that gains 2, then I guess we don't have lethal. We're 1 damage off. Syncopate for 2. Then they're dead unless they have a good 1-drop. And there's a concession from our opponent. 1-1, heading into game number 3. Alright, game 3, our first opening hand with both of our colors immediately. Which means, based on how things have gone, maybe we will finally draw incorrect mana. Because we kept risky mana our first 2 games in a row and just drew the perfect mana sources from there. Oh no, they're me but better. They're me but with the best uncommon for the archetype by a massive margin. You hate to see that. Suplex my buddy. Hope for 1. Guess I shouldn't say by a wide margin. We have the second best one with Samurai's Katana. This one is definitely better. Super, super, super good. What the heck is going on? They're gonna Shantotto me in the blue-red? Sorry, in the red-white equipment deck? Shantotto into Warrior Sword is horrifying. Well, butts. I should have played another white source here. What am I doing? I could have played Staff and Slash. That still would have been Slash for 3, so I couldn't kill the only card I care about killing, though, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. Man, not getting the haste value because of the big booty over there is kind of annoying. I should still probably play the Katana first so I can go Staff plus Slash. Almost definitely for lethal on Shantotto the turn after this. Poke. I like Cat Slash here. But I can't. I would have to do an equipment and Slash if I want to play a 3-drop. Alright, then Arms and Slash. Crescent cannot be cat mana. Shopkeep for menace on their equipped creatures. Big vigilant cat. That is the threat. Oh, we got plenty of stuff clumping up the board. Please do not kill my cat. If my jelly cat lives, then we are doing great. Reach! What are you doing with Reach? Oh, you're an archer. Trying to snipe a cat. It's evil. 'Tis evil. Well, this is big enough. Then we got a 4/6 indestructible, so I do need 5 toughness. So this is perfectly big enough. Start going wild with the cat. Boom. Oh man, if they have the Light of Judgment, that's gnarly. Okay, Faded Suncrist, that's not as bad. We keep all the equipment, but I'm still sad to lose the cat. Does Graha only draw off their cards dying? Oh, I guess so. Okay. Juice up a new flyer. Won't be able to swing it in this turn. I gotta... Oh, Jesus, I need... Katana and staff, that's 3, 4, 5 toughness. Yeah, so I need everything on this. So no Castle Guard for the turn either then. So that I know I can afford Katana equip plus swing next turn. Oh, they actually... Oh, I'm dumb. They get to sack Zach and draw a card here. They don't go for it, though. They could have sacked Zach, drew a card, killed my 3/3, and kept the vendor. I think that would have been worth it. Lifelink is bad for me, but luckily they have no equipment still. They top deck equipment. I'm doomed. They top deck lands, I win. They top deck removal, I'm doomed. They top deck creatures, probably win. Once per turn, right? Yeah. They get to Zack up the Adelbert here. It's pretty gnarly. Alright, you can save one of these. They choose to save none, keeping Zack for Graha, drawing one card. Double creatures, not bad. It doesn't help them with the flyer. It's not an equipment. It's what they really need here. Just juice it. Probably shouldn't even move that over. Oh, it's got trample, so yeah, it's not horrible to move that. We actually get a couple points in for doing that. No! Just in time. It was like their last shot. Alright, we still have very lethal draws in here. Yacht is one of them. Wow. Not insta-lethal, but they have one turn to find a way to kill him too. The ward is completely irrelevant now, so just going to use the most expensive equip and get that one out of the way first. Yep. Do they have the combat trick to make this not horrible for them? Nope. They just do all they can to survive. And it is not enough. Yeah, dang, that's a great yeah. I couldn't resist. We are 3-1, I believe now, and into game 5. Might just be 2-1. Had some long games, especially that one. Yeah, we're just 2-1. Shoot. Mono-colored hand again? You know we love those. You know we slam keep those. Double white spell with no planes? This is the temptation of the devil right here. We are 1 land away from being able to cast Castle Guard, Cat, Yacht, and Firion. We haven't gotten to play Firion yet at all. But wow, does this hand go really wrong without hitting the color. Every other mono-colored hand we've kept has had at least 2 spells we could play. Pretty much no matter what. This doesn't do anything without hitting lands. It's double white. Ah. What? Mulligan into Double Mountain again? It's the same hand. Double Mountain White Orisight or 1 double white spell in the whole deck? Gonna do me like that, Arena? Ooh. I forgive you. Firion Katana? Ray? No interaction, please. No interaction at all. The Forced Multiply leaves us with not the greatest chance here, but Firion Katana. Has me all kinds of excited. Oh god. But I ditched the lands so that I know I could cast the spells in my hand, but drawing exclusively lands means would have been way better just keep the non-lands. But we had no guarantee we'd hit lands. Ditching those. Yeah, I mean, top decking Plains means the best ditches would have been Plains Mountain. That would have been so risky. There's no universe where that's right. Just keep a single land and a bunch of 3 and 4 mana plays. Be wild. Because I don't have anything left in my hand, I don't think it's the worst to get them to trade 2 creatures into the Spherian, especially when one gets bigger. Whoa! I don't even want the trade. Well, then it was just definitely better to attack with Firion. They have hit land 3 for their Paladin's Arms. Adelbert being ridiculously good at racing here. His lifelink. We found a vendor, but other than that, we're just flooding overall. Uh-oh, they hit land 4 as well. They missed 1 land draw and hit the rest when they kept all spells. Like a Slasher Light or something? Just getting some dirty creatures. I guess it's not the worst to go Crescent and equip here. Just go into the sky. Oh, they could just start using cat, I guess. Yeah, because I only really have one attacker that matters every turn. We need to draw some more equipment. We got a Furion them out here to make up for the double mull into Flood. Some more card advantage. So we got double staff, triple paladin's arms, and a warrior's sword is the best draws. Well, Gilgamesh is the number one. Gilgamesh with a Furion on board is the stupidest thing in the world. But that's like 8, I think, great draws. Gilgamesh sword, triple arms, double staff. 7. 7 equipment or equipment grabbers. Cat's not bad either to have 2 flying attackers here and they can only tap 1 down. I think we want to leave this where it is. Oh, they're gonna let it. Nice. But that way when we get another artifact, it's 2 different 3-power flyers. Alright, Furion's dead, which is tragic. But equipment are still great draws with 2 flyers on this board. Especially one of them needing a second. Oh god, Gilgamesh. Pray that RNG is not in their favor. Okay, 1 equipment is still pretty great. But it is not super explosive. Warrior's sword free equip. Oh my god! When they tapped out of the tap? Oh, that's so stupid. Pure luck. Oh my god. Absurd draw. Only the most earned victory on that one. Good grief. Okay, we are now 3-1, heading into game number 5. Ooh, mono white opener. But everything is completely castable? That's interesting. I mean, it's definitely a keep. Just unexpected. Turn 1, Stilt Skin. Get their little lifelinker. Draw the red source here. And try to cheese a battle menu kill on the Stilt Skin. It's kind of bad if they don't take the bait. But I feel like they will, because I could easily just be holding up like Thunder Magic here. I don't think you'd play around battle menu. Yeah, I mean, they could have a combat trick here, and then we trade our 2-2 into combat trick instead. But otherwise, we just get a free kill. 2-2 plus still kill Stilt Skin off 1 spell. Blitzball shot. Okay, fair enough. 1-for-1 trade. Trick for menu. Ooh, we finally get to cast a Gilgamesh? That'll be fun. Double spell here. I only need a 2-2. I don't need the 3-2 Paladin's Arms. Loperate Scout. 3-2 that gets +1/+1 whenever they play another creature. Pretty mid, but it does its thing. Draw lands here. I really don't want to miss land draws, so we're going to ETB draw. Weapons Vendor. Oh my god, Furion Gilgamesh. The Wombity Bombity. That ain't Falco. Some of the things I say when I'm excited are just complete nonsense to at least 90% of people watching. I apologize for that. It's a pretty good scout trigger. 0 lands were milled by Summon Titan, by the way. That is rough. Okay, they got reach now, so we're just gonna sit here and defend ourselves for a second until we can Gilgamesh, and then hope that Gilgamesh Firion combo just goes absolutely wild, which it does tend to do. I'm down to 13. This is going to be painful. Half expecting to just get Tifa's limit breaked to double the power toughness and just be done. Yeah, the giant +X trample. If Gilgamesh doesn't like insta-lethal, we might just be dead. If we don't find like Samurai's Katana for Gilgamesh. Oh, if I don't hit the red source, then yeah, I think I just die. That's so sad. I have to sack like almost all my board here. Because I just could not find Mountain 2. I'm depressed now. This was our opportunity to Firion Gilgamesh combo. Double every Gilgamesh equipment. Opportunity fails us. Just get Summon Titan bombed instead. Yeah, put it on the life linker. Yeah. Owie. Oh, sweet Jesus. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 toughness. Yeah, I can live this turn. Just die next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trampled for 2. Get trampled for 3. Get trampled for 4. If I draw the mountain, I can still win with Gilgamesh. These samurai have double haste. They have 1 card in their hand? Maybe I can still get there just starting to do some White Mage Staff life gain. And if they have like another Blitzball shot, I guess I'll die. Like any other way to give trample kills us. Flyer is also very bad. We don't have any flying. I can hit for 3 next turn with a Monk's Fist on it, but I can gain 1 from White Mage's Staff, so I've got 1 more turn. It's not the mountain, but not the worst draw in the world, since we can block Moogle with it. This game's not good for my health. I'm so stressed out. Okay, make a chocobo. Oh my god, Mountain, where are you? Mountain, please. Ward's kind of irrelevant, so we'll put the higher toughness thing on it. They have more than enough mana to pay 1 when they target it. I don't remember what I took over the first cat, but I really wish I had a second cat in this deck. So good with the equipment. Ambrosia can pick up the fists and get another token, or pick up the Moogle for another +1/+1 counter. Pick up a land for a landfall trigger. Oh, Jesus. So they have the Barts and Boko. Removal plus creature all in one. Mountain or bust. Been too late now. Draw anything else? That's so painful. 18 cards deep. We had this in our opener too, I think. Wait, no, this was a mono white hand, wasn't it? This was the weird mono white opener game. Okay, I guess we didn't have that. Still 18 deep with 1 mountain. Ah. I can gain 1 and then die in the sky. Brutal land draws. That is 3 and 2. I got so excited there that, like, I can't believe we survived Titan Rydia's return. Like, that insane damage there. It still was like, we were like 1 mountain from flipping the board into, like, way in our favor at any point there. What is going on with our mana base today? We got our 1-drop and 2-drop. There's our finisher. Although we do need a lot of lands first. We don't really want to draw the 6-drop right now. Black Mage's Rod. Okay. Give me my only double white card in the whole deck on the 4 mountain opener. Best draws in the deck is to just draw plains here. And we'd still be in this game. We're taking 3 a turn minimum right now, and their hand is all spells. They didn't play a 4th land, so I imagine we need to not miss any more land draws at this point, or our odds of victory are going to be really, really low. Okay. It's pretty great for our opponent. They get to sack an equipment that's not even on anything to draw 2 and get a treasure, and that helps them hit their land draws, and of course have the treasure for fixing. Fatal Push our only creature. Don't care too much about that. They drop Reno and Rude, which is pretty bad. Do hit the plains. There's the Castle Guard to trade into Paladin's Arms. I'm just going to move the equip to the Menacer. Would not be bad on board. If they exile something good out of our deck, they could sack the other thing. But they still have to pay the mana for whatever they hit. Yeah, they're not going to move it so that they have the mana up to pay for whatever Reno and Rude hits if they want to use it. Swear to God, do not be a plains. Okay, that's also bad for me. That would have been a very good draw. Not the perfect draw, but a very good draw. They're exiling our mountain. Primal Garuda, no tapped creatures. Ah. Man, that exile was so good for them. Saves them from Gilgamesh here. Slash Reno and Rude, Castle Guard trading into Paladin's Arms. Not this turn. Not this turn or next turn, actually. This is 2 turns of flying. Yeah, I mean, that was like my only safe line. If I just go for Paladin's Arms, Reno gets the trigger again. And it's not like Paladin's Arms stops any of this damage anyway. It doesn't do anything about the flying. Just gonna die to mana issues twice in a row to end this draft. They only have 4 damage on board. Get their treasure for the side quest. What? You didn't want to go land, equip staff, and hit for 5? Could have just died there. What's happening? Are they just trolling me now? Alright, Gilgamesh, come on. Give me at least 1 equipment. Yeah, that's pretty good. This would be monumentally painful miss lethal if our opponent doesn't have some weird cheesy way to kill me. I mean, I had some mana up. Trying to play around me doing like a fire magic or something? Or not a fire magic, thunder magic? Alright, that's fine, I still get the trigger. Yup. This deck is sick. Yeah, they've got to be just astronomically regretting not just casting staff and moving it to the flyer and hitting for 5 last turn. I think we have a really solid chance here. It's not 100%, but it's quite high. They do have a very big lifelinker now. So there's that. They're going to try to work their way up the treasures. Fair enough. It's a good draw. A red and 4. Sorry, a red and 3 and then 1 for the ward. Allows me to keep You're Not Alone up. Lock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're dead. Oh my god, that was an insane draw. Exactly, no matter how they block. Oh, never concede. Survive the onboard lethal into insanity off Gilgamesh. 3 equipment, including 1 that gives haste so I can attack again and get 2 more equipment, all of which come with creatures because they're job select equipment in the format. What a lucky ending to that one. We are 4-2 heading into game number 7. Ooh. Very quick Gilgamesh hand here if they can't deal with a White Orosite. You've hit a suspicious amount of mirror matches here. I don't remember playing against the Boros deck with all my control and splashy piles. I played against Boros like 3 times today. Arena just loves it some mirror matches. I don't know what it is. It's also probably just the human brain being dumb. Instinctually, our brain just like seeks patterns. It's the pattern recognition thing of like every mirror match is very memorable. But it's really easy to forget when I was playing a control deck and played against Boros. It's probably happened a couple times. But it doesn't stand out. But the mirror matches stand out, so it feels like they're here all the time. Danitha is gnarly in this color pair, so I'm probably going to Orosite. Squall, I should say. Look at him. He's the most handsome man here. Suplex my katana? Pretty rude. But not very Reno. They're not playing black. Orosite Squall into Gilgamesh next turn. Castle Guard for Castle Guard? No. No fair trades. My girlfriend. Down to 10. Okay, a little bit of flood, but that's fine with that Gilgy boy. Come on. All goodies. No whammies. We did get 2 equipment, which is great. They're kind of stuck on mana here, so I'm going to give them ward. Do some ding with their Ifrit. Ifrit. I feel like it's pronounced both ways in the games. No, the battle menu. We'll make the most of our lands and fly in for a bajillion. I don't want to throw a Thunder Magic at this because it's going to die soon anyway, and I don't want to throw it at that because it's just going to give him a token, and it already doesn't block super well. 7 mana? Yeah, I'll just go in there. I might be low enough I should take this trade, even though that's about to die anyway. That put me to 7. Still keep a creature on board doing that. Oracite the Oracite for Danitha, that is gonna be bad for our opponent, because we just Thunder Magic for lethal now. Exact seize. Alright, that is 5-1 now. We are guaranteed in the money out of this draft. Great stuff. No, 5-2. 5-2. We lost 2 games. We're right on the edge of defeat, but we're also really close to a potential trophy. Not quite the final boss yet, but we are 5-2 heading into round number 8. Alright, our hands have not loaded. I'm gonna reboot Arena, I guess. Still no hands after rebooting Arena. Interesting. Oh, I can't emote either. What the heck? 999? I have 999 Golgaris? And Investigates? I don't know what those symbols mean. I have 999 cards in hand, cards in deck, cards in graveyard, cards in exile. Revealed cards? Is that what the magnifying glass is? What the heck is the hand with an X on it? Oh! It is my 15th mono-colored hand of the day. They've been mostly good so far. I'm at 5 wins now. I'm in the money no matter what. We're at a 7-win and a 7-win and a 3-win to 5-win at worst here. Just gotta keep taking risks and hoping for planes. Alright. I have no idea what happened there. There was definitely something weird going on with Arena. So we get a free win some way or another. And it's obviously going to be a bummer for our opponents if they were also having really weird Arena issues. Hopefully they will go ahead and file for reimbursement. If anything like that ever happens to you, if you get a game like that and then all of a sudden like you can't log back in and you just lose. As far as I have heard and experienced myself, if you submit a bug report, they're usually very good about just like giving you the whole entry fee back for a new draft. So hopefully our opponent does that. We are 6-2 off of a freebie there, heading into the final boss. This will be the final game of Magic for today, whether we win or lose. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's monocolored again. This one's actually slow enough that even if I hit the right colors, it's not the most exciting. Unless I immediately hit the mountain for turn 2 Prompto. Like, if I don't have turn 2 Prompto, if I find the mountain on, like, turn 3, the hand's still just kind of okay. So it's probably not quite worth the risk here. Take the mulligan. Okay, we got a Firion. Try things with that. I have 1 Gilgamesh and 1 white Oracite in this deck. So whichever land I ditch, I could be choking myself off the right color mana depending on what I draw. So we'll see. Prompto with no attacks into that thick plant. The Gubu's too big. Got a Paladin's Arms to go with our Firion now, which is super nasty. Don't know what their second color is. They played at Starting Town in a forest. Green, red at minimum. Green's really good at splashing though, and there's plenty of duels in the set, so they might be more than that. Mycetian Elder. Sure, pretty filler for green, red. Drop Therian and pass. Paladin's Arms plus Thunder Magic next turn looks good. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like I'll be casting the Thunder Magic, but I would have the option. Tella. Okay, well. They cast any spell alongside, it's going to be very bad for me, so I'm just going to go for the kill on it. Alright, I get a Prompto treasure too, that's not bad. Fenrir's great fixing and ramp for our opponent, and they're going to find their black source off of that. Technically already had it with starting town, but you know. Another great rare for our opponent, Esper Origins. Very good with a wide board state. It's a 2-for-1 as soon as it comes back, because it draws them a card. Off of the Surveil, make sure permanent's on top, then reveal that permanent and draw it. This is looking pretty bad for us. We've got the battle menu for the Esper Origins the turn they play it. They'll still draw a card off of it, but can make sure to pop it before it gives them mana and buffs the whole board, which looks quite relevant on their board state. If they take some trades here, maybe it'll be okay. Nope, they're just going to take all the damage. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I guess Esper Origins gets to do what it's gonna do, because that's way too big. Blows up the Paladin's Arms too. Yeah, it's pretty exceptional here. Yeah, I gotta draw an absolute banger to have a shot now. Gotta draw like Gilgamesh or something. It's not that, but Weapons Vendor still gets to dig. Finds a Warrior's Sword. Not bad with Furion out. Not bad. That's so wild it counts itself for the card draw. And ties are in your favor. It's like it's sacking itself, so it's the only 3-power creature they have, but because they have a 3-power creature and we have a 3-power creature, they get to draw the card. Here's the Esper Origins. It's a goodie. Draws into a Fat Chocobo. Fat Chocobo Esper Modoin is huge, huge board, all with trample. We are going to mega die very soon. And they have the fire magic for Furion too? This is going super badly. I still need to get every swing I can in. Fair trade, no mana and no buff for our opponent then. It's actually turning into a board state. I can just start sending 1/4/3 in every turn and whittling their stuff down. Yeah, they just get another 1/1 off that. And they're like the green 5-color deck over there. They'll probably eventually just draw some other crazy multicolored rare and completely remove me from the game with it, but till then, 1 creature turn whittling their stuff down. Looks great to me. Yeah, that's super profitable to me. Take that. There's the giant multicolored bomb rare. I've got the Aura Sight for it, but it's still got really good value getting the Fenrir back. That'll be another land immediately, another +1/+ encounter next turn. Speaking of big, great bombs, I cannot afford to play that when Sin is still on the board. So I'll have to wait a turn. But we're kind of doing the thing here. Can still do that 1 attack per turn. We got rid of the big bombs, so we're not worried about that. Still at 12/12. Sabatender, could be some pings. Gilgamesh is a lot worse for them than Sabatender is for me. Double equipment immediately is phenomenal. Don't need to give them ward or anything. So they have a bajillion mana. Probably still should. Buff them a little bit. Do a 1 mana move. Sure. White Major Staff onto that, so it can't trade into just a 3/2. And then send it to gain the 1. And get some damage in or force a block. It's very good for me. Kill 2 of their creatures. Alright, they have the intervention for Gilgamesh, but again, the plan remains. Gilgamesh already 3 for 1 them. Got us 2 more 1/1s, 2 more equipment. It's honestly probably more than a 3 for 1 at that point. Airship crashed the Aura Sight though. The main deckable artifact removal. Bummer way to end it. Yeah, we were just firmly winning the game until airship crash of all things. We just don't have any outs now. We've already spent all our removal. We drew it all. None of our other removal can kill a 7/7. I mean, we could draw Slash of Light, but the thing about Sin is, like, if you don't kill it immediately, it's just astronomically favored for your opponent. Because they're getting another card every single turn. Could get a Tella back from grave too. 5, 6, 7 mana. 4 to equip, 2 to play, and 1 to equip. Okay. So 4 to equip, 2 to play. One to equip. don't have the 8 mana I would have needed to put all 3 onto something to actually attack into Sin immediately. But I've got exactly enough to play a new staff and move that stuff. See what Sin hits. Sin kills me next turn now. At least you just hit a Town Greeter. They're not going to mill out either. They still have 6 cards left, so even if they hit another Town Greeter, they'd be fine, and I don't think they have one. Yeah, they don't have another Town Greeter. Alright, I got 1 turn to draw Slashlight, or this game is over. Alright. That is a huge bummer. That was a weird back and forth for a while there, but I was really surprised that we were actually like taking the lead at a couple points. And then we were like really taking the lead after clearing out the Sin. But the airship crash on the white aura site to just get it back and get more stuff out of it will steal the run from us. 6 and 3. So close to the trophy. But airship crash being the nail in the coffin there. Yeah, I mean, I said it when we got through that third pack. This deck really came together during pack 3. We did see some decent Boros signals early. Things looked a little rocky during pack number 2, where we weren't 100% confident that reading those signals and going for this more aggressive strategy would pay off. But they really did in the third pack, finding the Gilgamesh getting passed to us quite late, and a lot of the solid stuff throughout the curve was found there, as well as some interaction. So really, really solid draft here. As I said, during that drafting, this deck ended up looking like basically the baseline great Boros equipment strategy. You could just take a picture of this deck. If anybody asks, what does red-white look like in Final Fantasy Draft? You could just take this picture to show them this picture. This is like the deck that comes to mind to me. A picture that looks like this, where you have like Therian and Gilgamesh together. Those are the 2 big reasons to be in this archetype. Getting both of them was incredible. Biggest flaws to this deck, it does have a little bit of filler here. Some more filler stuff, like a lot of Paladin's Arms and a couple Castle Guards here, and maybe even like a Prompto. If we could swap these out for slightly better equipment, I think the deck would be pretty much perfect. Say we had a Dragoon's Lance instead of one of these Castle Guards. That one change would immediately be a massive improvement on the deck. And instead of Prompto, let's imagine we have, I don't know, like a third white mage staff or something, just like a little more equipment or something like that. That's a little more synergistic to get us there. Swap out the third Paladin's Arms for a second Gallicat. I think that would also help the deck. And then the interaction wasn't perfect. They're all a little bit finicky in their own way, right? Like Thunder Magic, probably the least finicky of all of them because it's really flexible, being able to scale with the game and kill bigger stuff later. Battle Menu, though, can only destroy the high power creatures. Slash of Light can only blow stuff up if you have enough permanence on your board, and it's very difficult for it to blow up stuff that has like 6 toughness or more. Suplex can only blow up stuff with 3 or less toughness, and then Aura Sight, of course, can be blown up, as we saw to our detriment in the final game, our opponent blowing up the white Aura Sight to win with their Sin. So that's probably another flaw of the deck, but that's not really a flaw you can change. I think all of Boros's removal spells have various factors that make them narrow. We have some of the best ones. We have 1 Thunder Magic, 1 Aura Sight. Those are the 2 absolute best of the best. You know, if I had 2 Thunder Magic instead of 1 Magic, 1 Suplex, that'd probably be better. If I had 2 Aura Sight instead of 1 Slash, 1 Aura Sight, that'd probably be better. But I don't think there was any major flaw with the interaction we were running. Just a deck that's only a tad bit below the perfect deck here that could get a 7 winner. There's no major flaws, just some slight dips in card quality. pulling it down a tiny bit here. So 6 and 3 will be the final run for this Boros deck. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in the recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.